Ladies and gentlemen, let me take you straight into one of the most powerful principles of success, the law of exchange, a law so real that it quietly shapes your bank account, your relationships, your future, and even your destiny. And yet, most people pass their entire life without truly understanding how it works. The law of exchange says, you don't get paid for time, you get paid for the value you bring to the time. Isn't that true? Two people can work the same 8 hours. One earns minimum wage, the other earns a fortune. The difference isn't the clock, the difference is the value they traded for those hours. Jim Rohn used to say, if you want more, you must become more. And this law doesn't argue. If you wish for bigger rewards, the first question it asks is, what new value will you bring? Life is always ready to reward you, always, but life wants to see your offer first. You dream of financial freedom. Life says, show me the skills, you desire respect. Life says, show me the character, you want success. Life says, show me the discipline. Every dream you're chasing has a price tag attached, not in money, but in growth. You cannot bargain with success. You cannot negotiate your way around effort. But here's the good news, when you pay the price, life pays you back with interest. Think of the farmer. He doesn't wish for a harvest. He trades work for it. He plows, he plants, he waters. Then, and only then, the crops respond. Your life works exactly the same way. If you plant the seeds of learning, you get opportunities. If you plant the seeds of courage, you get breakthroughs. If you plant the seeds of consistency, you get results that last. And the most beautiful part, the law works for everyone. You don't need to be lucky, chosen, or gifted. You just need to understand the exchange. Every book you read is an exchange. Every habit you build is an exchange. Every skill you develop is an exchange. Each one quietly increases your value. And when your value increases, the world has no choice but to reward you. So if you're tired of waiting for life to change, stop waiting. Start trading. Trade excuses for action. Trade comfort for discipline. Trade your old self for the future you deserve. Because when you decide to offer more value, life opens doors you didn't even know existed. And once you fully embrace the law of exchange, you'll stop asking, when will I get the reward? Instead, you'll confidently say, I'm becoming the person worthy of it. And that, my friends, is when life finally says, now you're ready. Nothing in life comes without a price, and the sooner we understand this, the more powerful and predictable our journey becomes. When we look closely at the world around us, every reward, whether financial, emotional, spiritual, or relational, is the result of an invisible but undeniable exchange. You give something, and in return, life gives something back. It is never random. It is never magic. It is an equation operating behind every success story, every achievement, every fulfilled dream. Many people anticipate rewards without acknowledging the effort that must precede them. They wait for opportunities, but opportunities are not handed to the unprepared. They appear for the people who have already put something valuable on the table: effort, skill, commitment, patience, sacrifice, discipline. The universe watches your actions long before it considers your desires. People often admire the successful and wonder what secret they discovered. But the truth is, they didn't discover a secret, they discovered themselves. They discovered the power of investing their energy, their time, and their talents into something meaningful. Think of a reward you dream of right now: more income, better relationships, a healthier body, a sharper mind, a stronger sense of purpose. Every one of those outcomes demands value from you first, Life is completely fair in this regard. It does not discriminate. It does not favor anyone. It simply responds to what you trade for what you want. If you offer excuses, you get regret. If you offer effort, you get progress. If you offer mastery, you get opportunities. And if you offer consistent excellence, the world opens its doors wide. This principle becomes even clearer when you study people who have achieved incredible results. They often talk about the years no one saw, the years of learning, struggling, failing, and improving. Those years are the currency they used to purchase the rewards the world now applauds. Look at the athlete who performs flawlessly. Behind that moment is a decade of sweat and training. Look at the entrepreneur who builds an empire. Behind that empire are thousands of small decisions, late nights, sacrifices, and moments of doubt. Look at the student who transforms their life through education. Behind the transformation are hours of study and the courage to try again after failure. None of it was free. Every single reward was purchased with value. The beautiful truth is that value is not limited to grand, dramatic actions. Simple daily choices also count. Waking up an hour earlier to read a book instead of scrolling your phone is an exchange. Practicing gratitude instead of complaining is an exchange. Choosing a healthier meal instead of junk food is an exchange. Speaking kindly instead of reacting impulsively is an exchange. Each choice carries its own small reward, and over weeks, months, and years, these rewards accumulate into a completely different life. People may call that transformation luck, but it is simply the result of consistent exchanges made wisely. When you begin to live with this awareness, everything changes. You stop feeling jealous of others' success because you understand what they paid for it. You stop waiting for miracles because you realize you have the power to create your own. You stop fearing challenges because you see them as opportunities to trade your resilience for growth. You stop expecting shortcuts because you know shortcuts cheat you more than they serve you. Every meaningful reward requires you to invest part of yourself, your discipline, your focus, your energy, your creativity, your patience. That investment is what transforms dreams into achievements. Even in relationships, the law of exchange applies. Respect must be traded for respect. Kindness attracts kindness. Trust must be earned, not demanded. You cannot expect loyalty if you trade inconsistency. You cannot expect deep connections if you trade emotional distance. When you offer genuine care, love, and presence, those qualities return to you multiplied. The same principle works in careers. If you want to grow, you must give more than the minimum. You must bring ideas, initiative, commitment, and professionalism. Those who rise are not the ones who simply show up. They are the ones who trade extraordinary value for extraordinary results. This understanding frees you from helplessness. It gives you control over your destiny because you realize that every reward is tied to actions within your reach. You cannot control how quickly success arrives, but you can control how consistently you offer value. And every day you build that value, you become harder to ignore. The world always notices those who elevate their worth. Rewards do not chase wishes, they chase value. The moment your value increases, the reward automatically follows. It may not come instantly, but it will come inevitably. This law also eliminates excuses. It removes the illusion that others are lucky while you are not. It shows that every reward you admire is a reflection of effort someone was willing to make. It invites you to make your own effort, to make your own sacrifices, and to ultimately create your own rewards. When you embrace the truth that nothing comes for free, you stop waiting and start building. You stop hoping and start acting. You stop dreaming and start doing. Your future is not determined by what you want. It is determined by what you trade for what you want. If you offer little, you receive little. If you offer more, you receive more. And if you offer your best, consistently, passionately, and intentionally, you unlock the highest rewards life can give. When you commit to growing your skills, your character, and your mindset, something remarkable begins to unfold. Life starts upgrading the size of the rewards it sends your way. It's almost as if the universe is constantly observing who you are becoming, not just what you are doing. Rewards are not random gifts. They are reflections of the person you are evolving into. The more you develop yourself, the more life trusts you with bigger roles, bigger responsibilities, and bigger opportunities. It is a silent but powerful agreement. You grow, and life grows with you. Many people wish for a better life without improving the person who must live it. They want higher income without building higher competence. They want deeper relationships without learning emotional responsibility. They want confidence without facing discomfort. They want success without strengthening their mindset. But life does not operate on wishes. It operates on readiness. It will not give you what you want. It will give you what you can handle. And the only way to handle more is to become more. Imagine someone receiving a massive opportunity when they are not mentally or emotionally ready for it. Instead of bringing growth, that opportunity becomes overwhelming. That is why life is wise. It upgrades your reality only after you upgrade yourself. Think of it like a container. If your skills, mindset, and character can only hold a small amount of success, life will not pour in more than you can carry. But when you expand that container, when you learn, improve, and sharpen your abilities, life suddenly has room to bless you with more. Growth acts like a magnet. The more you sharpen your abilities, the more your environment starts shifting to match your new level. People notice the difference in your confidence, your discipline, your communication, your thinking. Opportunities that once ignored you start becoming within reach. Doors that once seemed locked begin to open. You attract things not because you chase them, but because you now deserve them. Take skills, for example. Every skill you build increases your value. Learn communication, and you unlock leadership. Learn discipline, and you unlock consistency. Learn patience, and you unlock the ability to finish what you start. Learn decision making, and you unlock clarity. The world rewards these qualities generously. Most people stop learning after school, not realizing that the world keeps promoting those who continue their education long after the classroom ends. Similarly, when you elevate your character, your life transforms. Character determines how far your achievements can take you without collapsing. A person without discipline cannot maintain success. A person without humility cannot grow beyond a certain level. A person without integrity may rise fast but will fall faster. But when you strengthen your character, by practicing honesty, responsibility, humility, and respect, you become someone life can trust with sustained success. Life has a strange way of rewarding people who consistently choose the right path even when it's difficult. Mindset plays an even more profound role. The way you think shapes the way you respond to life. A weak mindset collapses under pressure. A reactive mindset avoids challenges. A limited mindset sees obstacles instead of opportunities. But when you build a powerful mindset, one that embraces growth, seeks solutions, rejects excuses, and welcomes challenges, you become unstoppable. You stop seeing problems as burdens and start seeing them as stepping stones. Life loves people who can rise above temporary discomfort and move forward with clarity and courage. When you take all three, skills, character, and mindset, and grow them intentionally, you literally shift your destiny. You stop waiting for life to change and start commanding change through your development. The beauty of growth is that it compounds. Small improvements made daily turn into exponential transformation. A book today sharpens your thinking tomorrow. A disciplined habit this week strengthens your resilience next month. A courageous decision this year may completely change your life in the next 5 years. Most people underestimate what they can become. They settle for the level they started on, not realizing they are capable of evolving into someone unrecognizable. In the best possible way, growth is not a race, it is a journey of self-expansion. Every improvement you make builds a new version of you, stronger, wiser, more capable, more deserving, and life always mirrors who you are. If you elevate yourself, life elevates your results. If you strengthen your foundation, life strengthens your opportunities. If you become a person of value, life surrounds you with value. When you grow, everything around you begins to grow. Your income, your relationships, your environment, your dreams. You stop surviving and start thriving. You stop hoping for miracles and start creating them. This is why the greatest investment you will ever make is in yourself. Money spent on self. Growth never disappears. It returns multiplied. Time invested in learning never wastes. It compounds into mastery. Effort invested in developing your character never fades. It shapes your legacy. Every bit of growth you pursue upgrades your life step by step, moment by moment. When you truly understand this, you stop chasing rewards and start building the person capable of receiving them. Because life never withholds success. It simply waits for you to become the version of yourself who can carry it. Success is often treated like a mystery, but when you strip away the noise, the quotes, the hype, and the confusion, it becomes incredibly simple. Life gives its greatest rewards to those who consistently give more value than they take. This principle may sound modest, but it is one of the most powerful formulas for success ever discovered. It explains why some people rise no matter where they start, and why others stay stuck even with good intentions. Every action you take, every decision you make, and every effort you contribute is part of an exchange. When you offer your real, meaningful value, the world eventually returns it to you with interest. Many people misunderstand success because they watch the reward, but not the exchange that produced it. They see the celebrity, not the practices. They see the entrepreneur's wealth, not the years of risk and resilience. They see the relationship, not the patience and emotional maturity invested into it. They see the athlete's victory, not the endless hours spent alone perfecting technique. They see the achievement, not the countless moments of private discipline. The reward is public, but the value was offered silently long before anyone noticed. That is why it feels so magical when someone finally succeeds. But the magic is simply the accumulation of years of giving. Giving more value does not mean giving more time. It means giving higher quality. Time is equal for everyone. Value is not. Two people may spend the same hour on a task, but the one who brings skill, thoughtfulness, creativity, and discipline will always produce results that are worth 10 times as much. Value multiplies time. Time by itself changes nothing. This is why people who continuously focus on increasing their value eventually break through barriers that once seemed impossible. Value comes in many forms. It can be the quality of your work. It can be the kindness you show others. It can be the discipline you practice when no one is watching. It can be the consistency with which you improve your mindset. It can be the courage you show in difficult moments. Life measures all of these, and when you build these qualities, you carry them everywhere you go. That is why valuable people rarely stay in low positions. The world naturally elevates them because value is always in demand. Think about it. A company rewards the person who solves problems, not the person who complains about them. A community respects the person who contributes, not the one who criticizes. A relationship thrives when you bring understanding, effort, and compassion, not when you expect everything without giving anything. Everywhere you look, value determines reward. When you understand this, you stop focusing on what you can get and start focusing on what you can give. And the moment you begin to live that way, your entire life trajectory starts to rise. The beauty of this principle is that it is always within your control. You cannot control luck. You cannot control circumstances. You cannot control other people's decisions, but you can always control the value you bring. You can decide to learn a new skill. You can decide to communicate better. You can decide to take responsibility. You can decide to work on your mindset every morning. You can decide to grow your emotional intelligence. You can decide to show respect, kindness, and professionalism even when you don't feel like it. These decisions are all value deposits, and value deposits never disappear. They accumulate until one day the breakthrough arrives. The world may not reward you immediately. That is where most people give up. They expect instant exchange. I worked hard today, so I should see results this week. But value doesn't work that way. It builds slowly, quietly, and invisibly. Then all at once the reward shows up. But by that time you've already earned it long ago. It simply took time for the reward to catch up to the value you had offered. This is why consistency matters more than intensity. Anyone can work hard for a day. Few people can work on themselves daily. Anyone can be kind when it's easy. Few can do it when it's difficult. Anyone can learn a skill once. Few practice it until they master it. But mastery always brings superior rewards. Life notices the ones who show up every day, not just the ones who show up when they feel motivated. Giving more value than you take also changes your identity. You begin to think like someone who contributes, not someone who expects. You begin to feel more confident because confidence is built through competence. You begin to attract better people because valuable people recognize and appreciate others who live with intention and integrity. You start standing out without trying to. Your presence begins to communicate value automatically by the way you speak, the way you act, the way you carry yourself. This principle frees you from competition. When everyone else is chasing rewards, you are focused on becoming too valuable to ignore. And when you become valuable, the world eventually aligns itself to your worth. You no longer have to fight for opportunities. Opportunities begin searching for you. You no longer need to beg for recognition. Recognition begins to follow your work. You no longer rely on luck. You rely on growth. Success isn't a secret. It is a simple exchange. Trade value for reward. The more value you bring, the more inevitable your success becomes. In the end, everything you've learned, everything you've heard, everything we have uncovered leads to one undeniable truth. Your life becomes extraordinary the moment you decide to trade ordinary habits for extraordinary value. That is the moment the world begins to shift in your favor, not because of luck, not because of chance, but because you finally stepped into the identity of someone who gives more, grows more, and becomes more. And now, as we conclude this journey together, imagine life standing right in front of you, speaking directly to your heart. Show me your value, and I'll show you your future. That is the voice you must carry with you every day. Whenever you wake up tired, life whispers, trade your comfort for discipline, and I will reward you. Whenever you feel discouraged, life reminds you, trade your doubt for courage, and I will open new doors. Whenever you feel stuck, life asks, what new value are you willing to offer? This is the dialogue of greatness. Success itself speaks to you like a mentor. You want me, then earn me. Improve your skills. Strengthen your character. Elevate your mindset, and I will come running toward you. Imagine your future self standing on a higher mountain, calling out to you, you are closer than you think. Keep going. Don't stop now. Picture your dreams looking at you and saying, we're not hiding from you. We're waiting for you to rise to the level where you can hold us. Every reward you desire has a voice, and that voice says, become the person worthy of receiving me. So let this be the moment you draw a line in your life. Let this be the day you say, I will no longer wait for rewards. I will prepare for them. Say it with conviction. Say it with fire. Say it like someone who is done playing small. Life responds to boldness. It responds to consistency. It responds to value. Imagine walking into the next chapter of your life with a new confidence, hearing your own inner voice telling you, I am not afraid of effort. I am not afraid of growth. I am not afraid of the climb. I am not afraid of becoming the person my dreams require. Feel that. Own that, live that, because from this moment on, your story changes. No more wishing, no more waiting, no more excuses. Now you rise with discipline, you rise with intention, you rise with clarity. You rise with purpose, and somewhere along the journey, maybe next month, maybe next year, life will look at you again and say, you kept your end of the exchange. Now here is your reward. That reward may come as success. It may come as respect. It may come as financial breakthroughs. It may come as confidence you never had before. It may come as opportunities you once believed were out of reach. But it will come, because value always returns. Growth always compounds, effort always multiplies, character always elevates, mindset always directs your future. Now imagine speaking to your past self, the version of you who doubted, who hesitated, who feared failure. Tell them, thank you for surviving, but now I am learning to live. Then turn to your present self and say, I am ready, I am capable, I am willing, I am committed, I will give more than I take. And finally, speak to your future self, the champion you're becoming. Say, I am coming for you, step by step, skill by skill, habit by habit, day by day. I will earn the life you're already living. Feel the power of those words. Let them settle inside you like fuel. Let them wake up the part of you that refuses to settle. Because you are not here to be average, You are not here to watch others succeed. You are not here to hope life changes someday. You are here to create, to build, to rise, to grow. You are here to give value, not excuses. You are here to chase excellence, not shortcuts. You are here to honor the law of exchange, not break it. And the moment you honor that law, life honors you back. So step forward now with a voice loud enough to shake your future awake. I will grow myself until I outgrow my limitations. I will sharpen my value until opportunity recognizes me. I will build my character until success trusts me. I will trade value for reward until life opens every door I once feared to knock on. This is your turning point. This is your rise. This is your moment of transformation. Life is watching. Success is waiting. Your future is calling. Stand tall and say it one last time with absolute certainty. I will give more. I will become more. And I will receive more because I am ready for the life I was meant to live.